even that's a little bit vague. We have to pray. Yeah, I'm going to pray more. Excuse me? When am I going to pray? How am I going to pray? Where am I going to pray? What exactly am I going to do? I need a plan. Okay? So, if I say I'm going to pray more, let's think about that. What can I do? Alright, during Lent, you can come to Czestochowa. Perhaps I can come to an extra Mass during the week. Maybe on Friday, so I can go to Stations of the Cross. Maybe I'll stop in at the Adoration Chapel on my way to work every Wednesday. Maybe I'll say the Rosary every other day. I have to be specific. What am I going to do? Where am I going to do it? How am I going to do it? What will I accomplish if I don't have a plan? Nothing. So I have to have a plan. So think now. What can I do if I'm going to pray more? What can I add to my schedule? Where can I add it? And how can I do it? And then it says we are to fast. Okay, what does that mean? I'm going to fast. All right. I can eliminate certain things from my diet. God doesn't expect us to do anything heroic and live on bread and water for 7 days a week. He's not asking for that. But he's asking for a little sacrifice that will help us focus, that will keep us alert to our goal, our destiny. So we have to make a decision now. We're going to fast. What are we going to fast on? Well, we could pick out something that we like, okay? Chocolates. All right, I'm going to eliminate chocolates for Lent. That'll be my fasting. So that's one thing I can do. It's specific, okay? But sometimes, does it have to be something major? No, I'm going to give you an example of something that I've given up for Lent. One of the things I've given up for Lent, I don't want you to think it's the only thing, because it'll make me sound like a pirate. I'm giving up adding salt to my meals. I put away the salt shaker. Now, if the cook or the restaurant puts a little extra salt on, that's what's called for in the recipe. But when it comes to the table, the salt shaker is forbidden. That's my way of fasting, or one of the ways I'm going to fast. No salt. Think about this. You think that's easy? I had a boiled egg the other day. Ever have a boiled egg without any salt on it? Talk about bland. You know? I kept thinking to myself, well, you know, maybe I could make an exception here, because after all, it's a boiled egg and it has no flavor. Maybe just a little bit of salt. My hand was this far from the salt shaker. I stopped. Because after all, it's a sacrifice, isn't it? That's what a sacrifice is. It's not pleasant, it's uncomfortable. It's a reminder of my goal to eternity. Helps me focus. So that's a little bit. So the point I'm making is, our fasting can be something small, but something that means something to us, something that gives flavor to our life, something that is going to help us focus. The third thing is, give alms. There's a hard one. Give alms. I mean, in these economic times, these times of economic difficulties, well, I'm not about to throw away $100 every week to charity. You know? Maybe I am, maybe not. Well, God isn't asking us for a great deal. He's asking us to help, to give alms, to help those in need. I'm going to give an example of what can be done. How about for the centennial year, everybody adds 100 pennies to their collection every Sunday? But that's $1, in case you couldn't figure it out. It's $1. So don't put 100 pennies in your envelope, because the collectors will get, their backs will give out trying to collect all those pennies. But the point I'm making is $1. $1 extra a week. It won't hurt, it certainly could help a great deal. It's not a big thing. What I'm saying is, giving alms doesn't mean that we have to shell out big bucks. It means we could give a little more than we're giving, all right? And maybe even $1 is more than we can afford. Okay, a quarter, all right? It's okay. Whatever we can, but we have to be specific. We have to say, okay, for the rest of Lent, or for the rest of the year, I'm going to give this much to St. Jude Hospital, or this much to my church, or this much to whatever. pick one charity and then do what you can. And the last thing on the list is to perform works of charity. To perform works of charity. We are expected to volunteer. We are expected to perform service. We were created for service. A Christian who does not serve is doesn't exist. There's no such thing. If we call ourselves Christians, then we must be active in our service. Well, what can I do? Well, sometimes it doesn't take very much. Maybe just a telephone call to a lonely old relative. Perhaps our grandmother who lives alone and you can't visit her every day. That would be an act work of charity, not to visit her every day. Maybe we can't do that. Maybe a phone call. That would be a nice thing. Maybe there's someone we know in a nursing home. Maybe once a week to pay them a visit. Or maybe there's someone that we haven't seen for a long time. Maybe a little note once in a while. It wouldn't cost much time or effort, but it would be an act of charity. What I'm saying is, charitable works do not need to be heroic. They can be small acts of kindness, little things. But again, they have to be specific. We need a plan. Okay? What am I going to do as my act of charity? Plan. What is it going to be? That's it. It doesn't have to be heroic, but it has to be something. And I have to know what it is, and I have to be able to schedule it. So the Bible clearly tells us that we have to be specific about these things. The key to our intentions, as I say, is to be specific if we're going to be successful. Now, as I say, we don't have to be heroic, but we do have to know exactly what we will do, when we will do it, and how we will do it. Generalities sound nice, but we have to be specific. Generalities won't get us anywhere. It'll be too overwhelming for us. What am I going to do? So being holy and happy takes effort, but the results are eternal. So, may I suggest that today, as you meditate after communion, think about the things that we can do, the specific things that we can do to grow in happiness and holiness. In the name of the Father, the Son,